Making this mistake in your construction project could literally cost you thousands. Running out of concrete mid-pour, it's an absolute nightmare. You're left with a cold joint, structural weakness, and a massive, expensive mess to clean up. But don't worry, because I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid this costly mistake. In this explainer, you'll learn exactly how to calculate precise concrete volumes. We're going to use a super practical, real-world example, pouring a foundation for a 10 by 12 foot shed. Look, knowing how to do this correctly really matters, because just guessing your concrete needs, that's going to drain your wallet and completely ruin your project timeline. I'm going to walk you through the standard math, and definitely stick around until the end because I'll also show you a professional shortcut that'll save you a ton of time on site. Section 1, the core volume formula. Sizing up a standard 10 by 12 shed foundation. All right, let's dive right in. Our blueprint for today is a standard 4-inch thick, 10 by 12 foot concrete shed pad. Now, a 4-inch slab is pretty much the standard thickness for residential slabs, patios, walkways, and, you guessed it, standard storage sheds. So we're going to use the core volume formula to figure out exactly how much concrete this takes. If you're buying concrete from a ready-mix supplier, you absolutely need to know your total volume in cubic yards. So here is how you calculate that step by step. Step 1, measure your length and your width. Step 2, determine your slab's thickness in feet, not inches. That's a really common mistake right there. And step 3, divide that total by 27. Why 27? Well, because there are exactly 27 cubic feet in one single cubic yard of concrete. Okay, let's apply this math to our 10 by 12 shed pad. 10 feet long multiplied by 12 feet wide gives us a total area of 120 square feet. Now for the thickness, 4 inches converts to roughly 0.33 feet. Multiply 120 by 0.33 and you get 40 cubic feet of concrete. Finally, divide that 40 by 27 and boom, you arrive at 1.48 cubic yards. That is your baseline volume. But there is one really important detail that can make this whole process a lot faster. Section 2, the magic 81 rule, the professional shortcut for 4-inch slabs. You know, most beginners get really bogged down in the long math, but there's actually an industry shortcut used by the pros all the time. It's specifically designed for 4-inch slabs, which, like we talked about, is the absolute most common thickness for these types of residential projects. This secret is known as the magic 81 rule. To use this shortcut, you completely skip the thickness conversion and the division by 27. Instead, you simply take your total square footage and divide it by the number 81. And just like that, it gives you the exact cubic yardage instantly. This right here brilliantly illustrates why the pros use it. Let's look at our 10 by 12 pad again. The total area is 120 square feet, right? Well, if we take 120 and divide it by 81, we get exactly 1.48 cubic yards. It brings you to the exact same result, but saves you a bunch of valuable time on the job site. So honestly, anytime you're pouring a 4-inch slab, just remember the magic 81 rule. Section 3, the 10% rule. Never order the exact calculated amount. Now pay really close attention here, because this is where most beginners get it wrong. Whatever you do, do not make the mistake of ordering the exact calculated amount. If you order exactly 1.48 cubic yards, you are almost certainly going to run short. Why? Well, you have to account for things like uneven ground, slight variations in the depth of your excavation, a little bit of concrete spilling over the edges, or forms that might bulge slightly under the pressure of the pour. The golden rule of concrete estimating is to always add a 10% safety margin for waste. So we take our 1.48 cubic yards, add a 10% buffer, and that brings our safe, practical order for this 10 by 12 pad to 1.63 cubic yards. A perfectly placed order means you finish the entire job with just a tiny bit left over. No panic required. Section 4, bags versus ready mix, knowing when to call the concrete truck. So now that we know we need a safe volume of 1.63 cubic yards, how do we actually get the concrete? I mean, should you run down to the hardware store and buy 80-pound bags? Or is it time to pick up the phone and order a ready-mix truck? Let's look at the threshold here. Every 80-pound bag yields about 0.022 cubic yards. So to hit our baseline 1.48 cubic yard pad, you would need about 74 80-pound bags. Now, mixing 74 bags is a heavy, labor-intensive job for sure, but it's totally manageable as a weekend DIY project if you've got a couple of helpers and a portable mixer. However, look at a 12 by 16-foot shed. That requires 3 cubic yards, which is well over 135 bags. For anything over 1.5 cubic yards, ordering a ready-mix truck is absolutely the smarter, faster, and much more professional choice.
By the way, if you want more practical construction tips and calculations to help your projects run smoothly, hit subscribe on Construction Learners. We're all about making complex building math super easy.
Section 5, Foundation and Final Tips. Don't pour directly on soil. All right, let's move on to our final tips because, let's face it, calculating the concrete is really only half the battle. The ground preparation underneath your slab totally dictates whether your foundation lasts a lifetime or if it just cracks into pieces after a single winter. Never, ever pour concrete directly onto topsoil. Here are your absolutely critical base preparation steps. First up, strip the topsoil and compact the dirt subgrade. Next, lay down 4 to 6 inches of crushed stone or gravel. This ensures proper drainage and prevents frost heave. Right over that, you're going to place a 6 to 10 mil polyethylene vapor barrier to block ground moisture from wicking up into your shed. You should also include some wire mesh or fiber reinforcement in the concrete mix to prevent cracking. And hey, here is a really crucial professional tip. Smartly make your concrete pads slightly larger than the shed footprint. But keep in mind, if you expand your 10 by 12 shed to sit on an 11 by 13 pad, your calculated volume jumps up to about 88 bags. So always account for this extra overhang in your math.
If this explainer helped you out today, definitely subscribe to Construction Learners. We regularly share practical construction knowledge that can help you build smarter and avoid those really costly mistakes.
And in the next explainer, I'm going to show you the exact difference between a standard floating slab and a frost-protected footing. We'll break down exactly which one your project actually needs depending on your local building codes and freezing temperatures. It's going to be a good one, so make sure you don't miss it.